In this video, I'm going to show you the best back exercises to do every night. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I want to share with you some of my personal favorite exercises that you can do on a daily basis. They're perfect to do right before going to bed. They're focused on taking tightness, stiffness, a lot of tension out of the back very quickly, pretty much all of that stuff that you accumulate during your daily activities. All of these exercises, again, can be done in bed, don't require any special equipment, and may give quick relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started and get that back feeling better right now. So here's a great exercise that's not only going to focus on the lower back, but a lot on the side right here with a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, which is a big instigator of back pain. I call this the sideline stretch. I'm going to go next to the edge of a bed. Doesn't matter what side you start on, we're going to do it on both. In this case, I'm going towards my left. From there, I want to position my body to the point where my head is going to be resting off the edge of the bed. We want to put it into extension. That way we get a nice neck stretch, also into the upper back. My knees are going to be bent slightly like this. What I want to do is whatever side is closest, in this case is my left, I'm going to bring that leg forward just a little bit, and then I'm going to take my right leg and then go through the hole like this, like threading a needle. Let's straighten the knee out as much as possible. From there, I'm going to take the outside of that ankle and press into the edge of that bed for a stable anchor point. So during this exercise, I'm taking this leg, this ankle, pressing into the bed the whole time. From there, let's take the left leg, slide it back just a little bit towards us. Our foot is going to be flat. I'm going to take my right hand, place it on the outside of my left knee, and then I'm going to rotate this leg over away from the side of that bed. When you do this, you're going to feel a great stretch pretty much in the side of the leg, into the hip, the pelvis, and the lower back. Challenge yourself to stretch into it as much as you can. You also want the bottom to be flat as possible during this exercise. Once we hit a very comfortable stretch, what I'm going to do from there is focus a little bit more into my full back. So I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to place it overhead just like this. I'm going to then slide my upper back, and I'm going to keep the back flat away from the edge of that bed as much as I can. When you do this, you're really going to feel a great stretch into the full back, pretty much from the upper back into the armpit, all the way down to the side, into the lower back. Really focus on feeling that full back stretch. Once we hit a comfortable stretch, let's hold this for at least 20 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. Just let that tension out. From there, take a breather, and on the next repetition, let's try to take this knee down even further to get a better stretch already, and then we're going to stretch into it even further with our upper back. But you want to do this for 5 complete repetitions. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. With this exercise, I'm going to combine 2 of my favorites, the frog rock back and the child's pose, to hit so many muscle groups in such little time. I like this one too because it's going to focus a lot on the hip flexors, which are overlooked when it comes to back pain. Let's start off in bed on all fours just like this. We're going to do the frog rock back first. So I'm going to take 2 fingers, let's do a chin tuck, and then I'm going to put my feet together so both of the heels pretty much are making contact. What we want to do is then slide our knees outwards like this while pressing our heels together. The more that you slide out, the more that you're going to feel a great stretch into the inner part of the leg, into the groin itself. So hit that comfortable stretch. Once we hit that, what I'm going to do from there is lower my butt down towards my heels. And when you do this, it's going to feel great. It feels like a very good stretch into the legs, into the groin, into the pelvis, into the back itself. Try to challenge yourself to lower it down as much as we can. This is where we're going to add in the child's pose to focus on the full back. We're going to take our fingers, and then what I'm going to do is crawl forward and really feel a good pulling stretch, a traction into the upper back going all the way down to the lower back. Once we hit that point, let's try to hold this for at least 20 seconds. You can hold it for longer if you feel comfortable, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, as long as it feels comfortable, do it. But you want to do nice, slow, controlled breathing while doing this exercise too, because it's only going to help let tension out even more. From there, what I'm going to do is rock forward. So with this one, you're going to feel a lot going on into the legs, into those hip flexors. So with your whole body, lunge forward like this, kind of through the hips and through the waist until we hit another comfortable stretch. Hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds. From there, take a breather, and then on the next repetition, let's try to take the knees out even further, get a better stretch, and then we're going to take the butt down even lower to, again, challenge ourselves, challenge those muscles, get it loosened up even more. But you want to do this for 5 complete repetitions and really focus on trying to stretch into it more and more to build more flexibility and hopefully give you more relief. One of my personal favorite exercises to do in bed is known as the corkscrew, and it's actually a favorite of many because it can end in a very satisfying pop, crack, or self-release into the back. What we're going to do is lay flat on our back just like this. Let's go to one side. We're going to do this on both sides so it doesn't really matter which one you start with. And this is going to be shown in 3 different parts. So go through all 3 and take what is most effective for you. Let's say that I'm focusing a little bit more on my right side. I'm going to go all the way towards the left side of that bed. The left leg is going to go straight. I'm going to bend the right knee like this and place my foot underneath my left knee. Let's take the straight leg here and then push down on the top of our foot for a stable anchor point. This will make that exercise just a little bit easier. My left hand is going to grab on the outside of my right knee. From here, what I'm going to do is take that bent knee and then go off to the side of the bed. Let's try to keep our hips, our bottom as flat as possible. That way it puts a lot of good rotation into our lower back. From here, what I'm going to do is straighten my right arm at the elbow like this and then look towards the other direction. When you do this, it's going to activate the upper back muscles. So pretty much you're going to feel it from the lower back all the way to the upper back, and it feels great. Again, you might get a sudden pop or crack with this exercise if that joint is locked up and it suddenly releases. But you want to hold this for about 20 seconds. From there, you're going to relax and then repeat this up to 5 times. With each repetition, try to take this knee further down off the bed because it's only going to intensify that stretch. And when you're done on one side, again, always switch to the other side with these exercises. To take this one to the next level, what we can do is keep this one straight, but what I'm going to do from there is take my knee up like this, bend it at 90 degrees, and then I'm going to repeat that exercise. What you're going to notice is that you have a lot of a deeper stretch, I should say, into the back itself. So again, only go to your comfort level. 20-second holds, relax, and then repeat this up to 5 times. Challenge yourself with each repetition to stretch more into it. If you want to focus a little bit more across the pelvis, into the glutes and buttock, you can do what is known as a figure 4 or a pigeon pose with this corkscrew exercise. So what I'm going to do is bring one leg up like this and then bend one knee at 90 degrees. The other leg is also going to be bent and the ankle is going to rest on that knee. So when you look down at it, it should look like a figure 4. That's how you know you're doing it right. So again, what I'm going to do from here is take my left hand, place it on the right knee. I'm going to rotate that over while my upper body, my head, looks in the other direction. You should really feel this one over the hips, the glute, the buttock, and that piriformis. It's a very deep stretch. Hold this one for 20 seconds, relax, and then repeat up to 5 times. It's just a good way to focus on the whole back, across the pelvis, hips, glutes, you name it, and really get everything loosened up and hopefully decrease a lot of pain and discomfort. So here is a really easy way to let gravity do all of the hard work for us. This is a decompression traction exercise. Think pulling motions throughout the whole back to get pressure out and hopefully loosen everything up. I'm going to go next to the edge of a bed. My upper body is going to be on the bed. Let's put a pillow or towel underneath our waist for extra comfort. The lower body is just going to hang off from the hips. We also want our hips, our knees in a nice straight line, and your toes are going to be touching the floor for a stable anchor point. This should allow your whole body to really start to relax. With this one too, you should already start to feel a nice gentle pull pretty much in the lower back because gravity is taking that down. What we want to do to take this one to the next level is incorporate a little bit more throughout the whole back. So I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest like this, straighten my arms out at the elbow. Let's take our fingers, grip into the bed, and then crawl forward as much as we can. The more that we go forward, the more intense this stretch gets. hits. So go to a very comfortable point. Once we hit that comfortable point, let's hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. You should really focus on feeling it pretty much from the shoulders all the way down to the tailbone. Do nice slow controlled breathing too, just to let that tension out. When you need a breather, just relax like this, take one, and then on the next repetition, go forward even more. Challenge yourself to get everything stretched out. You want to do this for 5 complete repetitions. How we can take this one to even the next level, what I'm going to do while doing this exercise is just go towards one direction. So I'm tilting my body a little bit towards my left and then repeating. What you're going to notice is that this hits the muscles just a little bit differently in the back. If I'm going towards my left, I usually feel it a little bit more into the right. It really focuses on hitting a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, or the QL muscle, which is a big instigator of back pain. But go through different motions. Go all the way towards the left and then go all the way towards the right. You'll probably notice that one certain angle, maybe it's just right here for me, hits my back a little bit better than the others. I want to throw more repetitions in there, focus on tight, achy spots, stretch that out, and hopefully that will give you very quick pain relief. With this exercise, we're going to take one of the best back exercises, a yoga pose called the Cobra, and take it to the next level by incorporating a knee to chest component. Let's start off on our stomach, go to the edge of a bed. Doesn't matter what side you start off with, we're going to do it on both. So what I'm going to do is take my leg off just like this, and then I'm going to do a knee to the chest. To make this easier, you can have your foot kind of right on the side right here and then just slide that knee up towards your chest as much as you can. You should feel a great stretch into the glutes, the buttocks, into the leg, hips, pelvis, lower back. It works a lot of muscles, so really try to feel that good deep stretch. Once we hit that point, what I want to do from there is go into the Cobra pose. We'll start off with what is known as a half Cobra or a press up. So we're going to keep our hips flat during this exercise, but what I'm going to do is a simple chin tuck towards the chest, and then I'm going to lift up on my elbows like this. We're going to put our back into extension, and this feels wonderful. You should feel a full back stretch pretty much from the top all the way down to the tailbone. Really focus on feeling that good deep stretch. Once we hit that point, let's hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. With this one too, do nice slow controlled breathing. Let the tension out because you'll get better results. From there, just take a breather, and then on the next repetition, slide that knee up even further, and then press up into it even more to get a better stretch. If this becomes too easy, you can go into the full Cobra. So instead of going on my elbows, what I'm going to do is then place my hands like this and press up as much as we can. But when we do this, we want to keep the hips flat, but focus on a very good stretch pretty much into the legs, the hips, across the lower back, all the way throughout the whole back. Do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. If you liked the video and it helped, please show us your support by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.